crazy team. Sunday, bank holiday weekend. Got to keep my voice down because there's quite a few people on. I don't want to be known as the loudmouth more than I am already. So yeah, I've been stuck in all weekend, to be fair. The missus has had jobs to do overnight, Friday and Saturday, so I've been stuck inside watching all the members catch all the fish. It's been a pleasure, it really has. And I'm also working tomorrow because when I booked the job in, I didn't realise it was a bank holiday. Get it for Keith. So, and I weren't going to come fishing, hence the van. Hence why I started the van, but I've actually got the van finished in record time. And I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to come and do a night, do a quick one, see what happens in it. And I think I've probably owned the record down here for catching the most different species other than carp. Since my last carp, I've had a pike, a bream, and a tench. A pike on a boilie, whatever. So yeah, there's someone in Bridge, someone in Riches, someone in Dugout. So that side of the lake's all pretty packed. This one, to be fair, don't look like there's been anyone in. It's kind of awkward, but it doesn't look like there's been anyone in, Kevs. I'm pretty sure there's fish here though, because I had a look in toilet for about 10 minutes or so, and there's a load of scum just blown right in there. You know, like all the pollen or whatever it is off the leaves, off the trees, that's all blown in there. But I'm keeping an eye out on there because they fucking like it in there when all that shit's down there. But I jumped in here, stood on the end of the swim for 10 minutes, and I see one come out just by the golden sawn off over there. So I was like, well, there's obviously fish over there. And I've seen a few carp-like sort of bubbles here and there. So I haven't set my bivvy on my bed up yet. I've got an hour and a half before it gets dark, so I'm not committed quite yet. If I start jumping down there, down toilet, because obviously I put some bait in toilet about 4 days ago. If I start jumping down there, I shall be moving down. But it's cold. It's fucking like last week. It was fucking like blistering hot, wasn't it? In shorts, it's fucking too hot and all the rest of it. And now it's turned again, and there's no doubt about it. That's fucking cold tonight. It's chilly round the ears. But so yeah, I got one on the old sawn off, one pretty much out in front of me. You know the spots. I guess we'll see what happens. So anyway, the van's done. I'll take it up and have a look at that. So I had to take it off the tripod. It was doing my head in. So there she is. 2 or 3 days of hard graft, to be fair, and fucking something you want to dilly dally with. But so yeah, I built this little extension. You can see it just starts here. That's the old storage box there. So that stayed, and then we've got open-ended storage for the bivvy, nets, and what have you. Shaker fronted it, and then this side I took the old storage box out and I built this little unit here. So underneath obviously there's a bait bucket, some water, and you can see what's there, but just some storage, and then pretty much my cooking stuff houses in that little bit there. And then on the top we just got a bit of more sort of storage, and obviously I put these on so nothing can fucking slide about on a hard right and all the rest of it. So yeah, and then this side I built this little unit as well, just pretty much to just so it fucking looks pretty. That's got leads in it and some other bits and pieces and what have you. Obviously you see the slide out storage in the last blog, so I won't go into that too much. And then to finish off this bit, I built this little sort of, I don't know what you'd call it really, just this little bit above where your head goes. So this is a fan. It's actually a what's it called? An air conditioning unit. That is, you fill that up with water. It's pretty good. It blows like a fine mist in your face. I've still got to do some tightening up where the old shells were and that, but Rome weren't built in a day. And then behind it, look, we've got the charging points for leads for the phones and what have you. But that just plugs in there, and I can turn that on whenever I want it. So that's pretty good. We books I'm never going to fucking read. Well, I've read them once, and that's it. Years ago, Monk's got his house. Some couple of nice cups. Look, that's pretty much it, guys. As I say, I just got to do a bit of tightening up. Perhaps put a piece across here and a bit down here to tidy that up. Finish off the back. I'm going to put a kickboard across the back. But fundamentally, she's back together. So yeah, guys, she's it's about where I want it now. This is how I should have done it in the first place, to be fair. I mean, the cupboards and what have you, the sink and all the rest of it, I mean, it looked really pretty. You know, when I opened the door, it's like, that's fucking well pretty. But the practical side of it has got to come first. It was starting to do my nutting. It really was. I needed something out of the cupboard. There's stuff in the way. It's a little bit cramped through the middle. And yeah, it was just starting to wind me up. And it started to wind me up literally about 2 or 3 weeks in when I started using it. So it's always been on the cards. So it's one of the things that had to be done. I guess you have to have a go at these things to and use it and see what things need improving and all the rest of it. So, but I think I'm about there now. You know, this is all to hand. There's no awkwardness. If I want to say I want a pot noodle, oh fuck me. There's me fucking. Obviously, I'm not going to do it there, but there's me stove, there's me kettle, there's me water, there's me noodles. Rather than just move all that shit out of the way, open this fucking cupboard, get on my knees, and it's just it's just so much better. Right, yeah, I posted a couple of pictures on Facebook. It went down all right, you know. Some people saying, "Oh, fucking jealous. Must have cost this, that, and the rest of it." And the fact of the matter is, guys, it doesn't cost me an awful lot, I don't think, to build this. I mean, I've done it all myself. I've literally done it all myself. The biggest outlay to do a camper van is obviously the insulation. The window was quite dear, but again, you can do that yourself. It's not hard. You just need a bit of confidence with stuff. I mean, there's a 20mm fucking rubber that goes round the cut, so yeah, it ain't even got to be neat. And to be fair, the hole hasn't even got to be anywhere fucking near because there's so much window covering what you cut. As long as you treat the raw edge that you've cut nice, tap it so the rubber goes on nicely, the window literally just bonds to the van, and because it's obviously blacked out, it just covers everything up. So that's actually a piece of piss to fit the windows. Literally an hour job, with a grinder and a gun. That's it. And a bit of touch-up paint just to paint in the raw edges because you don't want them going rusty because you'd never get the window out now without breaking it. But easy enough to do. Just a bit of confidence really. And everything else I say, yeah, I've done myself. So the insulation's obviously sound deadening, which is basically a dyno mat you get with a kit. You tell them what van you got and they send you enough to do the van. So you've got dyno matted everywhere pretty much. I've set the door panels off, put the dyno mat and some insulation, then put the panels back on. Obviously the ceilings, it's been baking hot last week, right? I got in my Silver Transit for work and there's like a fucking oven in the back. Getting here, it's cool because the insulation obviously keeps the van cool as well, right, and warm. So yeah, another outlay I guess is the ceiling. You know, I'm a woodie. I like to have a bit of timber here and there. I'm a carpenter. I like to see the grain and the knots and stuff. It's just people's taste differ, but this is what I like. I like sort of like a traditional type van that I can have sort of, and plus wood and olives. So fucking well carpy in it. That's what it is. But you know, this is a 22mm. It's actually a flooring pine, this one. But obviously the ceiling's the first thing that goes up, so it needs to be right. If you get any bother with the ceiling, it's incredibly difficult to change, obviously. So I went with a 20mm. If you go with a thinner one to save a few quid, what you'll find is it'll buckle after a couple of seasons. It'll come out of the fucking grooves and what have you. And you'd have a bit of a task to change it. So, but this one, fucking solid, mate. Ain't gone anywhere. Middle one's having a bit of a twat. Has been. But yeah, so we're all fully insulated behind all this shit, and the rest that you can see is just MDF offcuts from work that I've kept on the van. Obviously I had loads of offcuts where I do like wardrobes and I do media walls and stuff like that. Fucking offcuts coming out my ass. In fact, I throw stuff away because I can't keep them all, because I'd literally have a garage full of them. But yeah, it's just cut MDF, and I just bang the old 1/4 inch round over bit round them just to take the edges off. I mean, it's a camper van, so I haven't gone like proper to town with the sanding and stuff. Do you know what I mean? This is my van. There's a few bits that need sanding down and repainting, but I just wanted to get it back together. But I'd say that if you went with, probably not, if you missed out the timber ceiling and just went with like a, because you can just use a 6mm ply ceiling, and then that's cost you 35 fucking quid in it. But I reckon you could do this for about £1,000 with the insulation, which I think is an absolute bargain. And why I didn't do it before is fucking beyond me, because although I don't use it, because I don't actually like sleeping in here. I like being in here. I love doing my rigs and stuff in the van, getting me paint ready at home, and I can jump back to the van in the winter, because obviously I started using it in the winter. In the winter I could come on, turn all the lights on, get all my fucking rigs ready where I could see, get it all ready, and then go and pop the rods out. But as for sleeping and actually spending time in the van, it's not really my cup of tea, because I find it boring. it's not, it's not too bad. The doors are open. I haven't set the bivvy up yet, but the doors are. This is a bit different. You know, I can see my rods, but there's so much fucking you're gonna miss if you're cooped up in a van when you're fishing. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's fair enough. But when you're in a swim in your bivvy, you just you're in fish mode, aren't you? Well, I am. So I'm looking about. I'm looking at where my spots are, seeing if there's anything happening around me spots and all the rest of it. Keeping an ear out just to see if you can hear something, like, I don't know, maybe move in a couple of swims down. If you're in a van, you just so much information you're gonna miss. But but if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But me personally, I don't fucking like it. I'd much rather be in a bivvy, which is why I don't fucking use it. This is solely for the kids. So when they come, they can kip in the van, perhaps watch the telly, and then I can just carry on with my fishing business down there. But as a utility vehicle, I love it. Especially at home. I have a little fort at home, and I'm like, fuck it, yeah, just jump out, jump in the van, everything's here, loads of room, not annoying anyone, and just fuck about with a rig or fucking whatever. It's fucking brilliant. But other than the van, I mean, it don't have to be an expensive van, does it? The van, it is what it is. But yeah, I think you can do these pretty much cost effectively if you're a little bit practical at the end of the day. If you can't put a shelf up, then don't fucking bother doing a camper van. But if you can handle putting a shelf up, or a flat pack IKEA, fuck's that. If you're a practical person, I don't see why anyone can't not handle doing a camper van conversion. I mean, this ain't a full-on camper van. This is, as I say, just more like a utility vehicle. The only thing that a camper van's got a window and lights, but even still, like the heater and stuff, I could plumb in. And the sinks are ever so easy to fucking put in as well. Especially 2 bottles and a pump comes out of 1 bottle down the fucking plug hole into the empty bottle, and that's how sinks work in camper vans. So everything's really simple to do. But anyway, I'm gonna stop banging on now. So I reckon there's about an hour left of light. So I'm just sitting here, obviously talking to you. But when I turn it off, I'm just keeping my ear out. If they start jumping up towards my left, I'm gonna pull these rods in and get up there. But we'll just have to see how it goes and what I'm feeling, I guess. But yeah, so I'm gonna crack it off there, and I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Right, guys, So we're fishing. I had to change my fucking hoodie, put the warmer one on. It's that's a change from last week tonight. It's cold. It's about 10 degrees, I reckon, and I'm feeling it. So I put the thicker hoodie on. This thing's fucking really good. I'm gonna fucking slag it off, don't I? Because I don't know two ways about it. It is a bit pricey, but it's fucking warm. It does the fucking job. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind paying for things that fucking work and do as described, and this thing fucking really, it really does. This pucker. But yeah, but other than an incident on my middle rod because I missed chatting to you guys up on top, which is just confirmed what I was on about being in the camper van. So when I've come back down to the rod after talking to you guys, I've had a drop back. Not a big one. The bobbin's dropped back about 5 inches, but I'm none the wiser because I'm in a fucking van. I've heard the beep. Certainly can't see my bobbins. Um, it could be anything. Tench, perhaps. Maybe a bit breamy. Who knows? But I've got a 4.5 ounce on that one over there. Because it's a bit choppier earlier. But so nevertheless, the lead's moved. So for what it's worth, I pulled it in and I refreshed it. Being the nature of Charlie's lake bed. But yeah, we're fishing, guys. Another one is, I think, was a carp. Jumps across my left hand rod. The trouble is because I use a lot of crumb and a lot of small baits. There's a hell of a lot of silvers in here, and I think when you get a lot of silvers congregating around your bait, it brings the pike in, and that's why you get the pike on the boilie. I don't think they're for a minute hunting for boilies. They come in for the silvers, which are eating the crumb, and it must glint their eye or something, and they take the boilie perhaps, or just charge in and pick it up by accident. I don't know, but I heard it. I turned and it could have been a carp, but it could have been a pike as well. So, but there's activity nevertheless. That one was definitely a carp. So, but I've been getting liners and whatever. So, just a case of waiting and seeing, really. No internet in this swim, mate. So there's no films or no telly or fuck all. Not in Kev's for some reason. Get a bit in bridge, a little bit in toilet if you're at the top. The point you can get it pretty good. How fucking strange is that? I mean, point's fucking what? 50 yards that way, toilet's 50 yards that way, get internet in them two, nothing in here. But, fishing's more important than fucking videos, isn't it, at the end of the day? So that's where we are. That's where I'm about at, guys. So I'll keep you updated as and when. So we're losing the light now, guys. We've got about 15-20 minutes and we'll be in darkness. Other than the moonlight, of course. The clouds have departed company. It's going to be a cold one. The weather forecast said it's going to be about 2 or 3 degrees tonight, and I can believe it because as soon as that sun went down, it dropped more, and it's I'm not going to lie, it's a cold, chilly night tonight. I'm not going to be up pissing around tonight. It'll be my job. I've got to go to work tomorrow, so it'll be a case of getting my head down and just seeing what happens. But other than the cold, it's quite a pleasant evening. Nevertheless, it's nice to see everything growing and coming alive again, because winter fishing's great and all the rest of it, but it's nice to see that, the blossom on the trees and just everything, just the new life growing. I love it. It's brilliant. Spring's my favourite time to be fishing, and especially like really early spring, because like the flurry I had, the flurry of carp I had in early, because I had pretty much nothing. Mind you, it was the waters I was fishing. So obviously Charlie's in the winter. It's not the fucking greatest. Never has been. It never will be. It's so shallow. It's it's cold. It's fucking cold. There's no depth in the water as an average. To you know, and obviously the pit fucking it's like a minefield, isn't it? Not really the greatest idea of mine that was, fish a water that I know nothing about in the middle of fucking winter. But it was nice all the same, because you know I had it to myself and I enjoyed my time there. But so as soon as one fucking sun ray come out, they all started, and exactly how I thought it would be. I drove past literally like the first sunny day of spring, and there's 5 cars in the car park. I was like, fuck that, and up for it, and up for I can't stand fucking slotting in between people. Fucking can't. It does my head in. So I've knocked that one on the head. I haven't rejoined that one, but I did manage to get a Luton book on Monday. So I've been fishing Luton or Beckering's reservoir on and off, obviously, since I was like 10 years old. I used to get on my bike and ride up there, and I used to sit on the edge of the jetty and just catch roach and stuff, you know. And if I had half a dozen roach in that day, I was fucking happy as fucking Larry. Didn't really know what I was doing, you know. I used to nick my dad's stuff, bike up there, and yeah, spend many a summer holiday up the Resi. And then as I got older and got into carp fishing, I fished it, I don't know, probably in the late 90s or something, and it is a little bit different then than it is now. So back then there was probably only 40 carp in it, and it's about 4 or 5 acres that. And they weren't the easiest to catch, and many a blanks were had up there. But when you caught one, they're like really fucking nice. And then yeah, I just left it, went and fished pits and other places and that for about, I don't know, 10, 15 years or something like that. And then when my daughter was born, or I think, or was it Mrs. was pregnant, something like that, I knocked the nights on the head. And I was just doing evening sessions, and I was up the Resi doing evening sessions. And I remember the first time I walked back up there, from not being up there for like 15 years, got to the top of the steps, and I just peered across the Resi, and I see about fucking 20 carp fucking lump out like across the other side. And was like, well, this place has fucking changed, isn't it? So I got my arse round the other side, and had 2 or 3 of them, and then went home. And then I done sort of like a couple of nights a week, and I never blanked up there doing evenings, because I think it's like fish soup now. There's so many carp in there, and there's no weed, there's no features. It's just like a bowl. It's a reservoir at the end of the day, but there's so many carp in there. There's no weed or nothing. There used to be weed and stuff in there, not anymore. So you can use like proper basic rigs. You don't have to take any tackle. I just use literally like knotless knot with a liner. That's it. And just like Under Armour men, one a bit further, just a handful of baits over the top, and that's how I caught them. And I caught some nice ones. Love it. But then when COVID come and we had that, and then everyone was allowed to go fishing, I hadn't had my Luton book at the time, and obviously I was here fucking about. I think I still ran this place at the time, so joining Luton weren't sort of like on the agenda. But all the books got taken, and I hadn't been able to get a book since. It's like the books go on sale, you miss it, and then by the time you've seen the post, they're gone. It's like, oh, nice. And I haven't been able to get a book for Luton since COVID. But I see the post last week saying, oh, right, they're going to open up the spares, so to speak, because the members get first refusal. And they get the spares are going live at 9 o'clock. So I was there fucking at 9 o'clock, and I managed to get a Luton ticket. So we've got the Resi for the winter. I won't fish it in the summer. I might do a few evenings in the summer, but it's mainly for a winter water for obviously next winter, because it's fucking fantastic. It must be a fantastic place for the winter, because there's so many fish in it, and obviously you can see all the Resi, and it's not, it'll probably take 10 minutes to walk around it all. It's not massive. So and I dare say there's not going to be many people fishing it in the winter. But yeah, that's the plan, is to get up there in the winter and see how that pans out, rather than the pit. And it's quiet, and also it's not too much of a grueler on the body and the mind. the old resi. There's some big cats in it as well, up to a mid-60s. Big pike they used to be. Massive fucking bream. That's the only thing I'm not looking forward to. I remember catching big bream up there. It's like, ooh, fucking, ooh. They give me the fucking willies bream. I don't know, it's just something about them. It's the smell. They fucking stink. You get them in, they giddy eye, don't they? And the bigger they get, the fucking uglier they are. I don't know. I just don't like them. I don't like handling them. They certainly don't go in my fucking net. Forget it. I think I put one in once and was like, never again. So they just get unhooked in the edge and see you later, mate. But as far as this session goes, the rods are pretty fucking silent. So I guess I'm going to be hoping for a bit of luck tonight. But then ain't you always. So I'm going to get my head down there, guys, and if something happens, I'll catch up with you. If not, I'll catch you in the morning. Morning, team. It's actually quite a cracking morning. I mean, I'm in a bit of a sheltered area, obviously. The swim's surrounded by bushes, so out of the wind, it's actually not too bad at the minute. When the sun come up, it sort of warmed up sort of instantly. It's a pretty cold night, but down at the front of the swim's like a bit, whew, enough to fucking freeze your teeth. But other than that, the sun's popped its head out, and it actually looks really nice. But as far as last night goes, other than an incident at about 1 in the morning, which was very curious, they've been pretty much deadly silent. So about 1 o'clock, I had an indication on the left-hand rod. Bit of a weird one. It weren't a carp buckle, because I fished the clutches tight in Kev's because there's quite a lot of line out. There's no really need to have a runner as such. I just one click less than locked up. That's what there's so much line out. I'd rather than not give them any. And it wasn't a carp buckle. The rod was sort of twanging about and all the rest of it. There's the same going on there. So I picked the rod up and I didn't put any pressure on it at all. As soon as I felt the tiniest bit of pressure, the line just parted company. At first I thought it was a hook pull, which I was like, pretty gutted about. But on investigation, so to speak, there's a couple of marks on the line, that very pike teeth-like marks, and then where it had cut, it'd been lacerated. It must have been a pike. It didn't take any line. It couldn't have made it to any bushes. Couldn't have made it to the back. And I've had carp go in fucking bushes, obviously. And when you lose a carp in a snag, I mean, it's not ideal, but it happens. You can see the lacerations up the line, but the cut's normally straight because it's more of a rather than like a tooth knife mark down it. So it must have been a pike after the roach, and they were pretty active last night. I mean, I'm not a pike angler. I do like doing a bit of spinning. I've got a spinning rod in the van. I chuck it about now and again, and caught a few pike, but I don't know. I'm not a pike angler, so I'm not too sure. They did seem very active last night. There's some splashes in the margins and that weren't carp. It must have been pike, and they have been for a couple of 3 weeks down here. The pike, especially in toilet the other night when they were literally coming out after these silvers. It's like that, fucking hell. So I guess it must have just chased after a silver. I reckon it got caught up in the leader down by the rig somehow. Obviously couldn't chomp through the leader, and it's slipped up the leader onto my main line. That's made obviously the rod twang about a bit, and then when I've pulled into it, it's moved up to the leader, perhaps got caught and then gone. That's all I can think has happened there. So I didn't really need that 1 o'clock in the morning with work today, but I went back to the van, re-rigged, got the rod back out, but they've been silent since. So that's about where we're at the minute. It's about 6:30. I've got about an hour left, so I'm going to get this stuff packed up, put back in the van, leave them out for an hour. About 7:30, get home for sort of 10 to 8, brush my teeth, get changed, and I'll be on site by about 8:20. Get some tools out, have a little chat, and then start work about 9, which is, you know, respectable on a bank holiday. There'll be people, I don't make too much noise on a bank holiday, but it is what it is. I'm gonna have to make some. But yeah, sort of respectable time to get to work, innit, on a bank holiday. So that's about us, really, guys. There's not really a lot more I can talk about, other than my shoulder is giving me fucking grief. Still giving me grief. Gives me grief in the morning and an evening when I stop using it. More in the morning, where it's relaxed. But if I can eat, it's starting to ease up now. You know, when I start working, it goes away. So it's obviously getting better. But I'll just be careful what I lift and what have you. But this week ain't too bad. I've got like a kitchen bench type cupboard sort of storage thing and a book. It's like a wrap round bookshelf sort of thing in the other room. And then week after next and the week following week, I've got 2 media walls sort of on the bounce. So quite big jobs, but at least there's no stairs involved. The stairs are doing my head in. I've had about a month upstairs, you know. So I'm downstairs for 2 or 3 weeks, so that's all good. But anyway, guys, that's about me. So I can't really talk about much more. It is what it is. It's nothing to show you, unfortunately. We're obviously having a party somewhere else, but that is what it is. It's not the end of the world, is it? Doesn't matter. There'll be another time. So I'm going to dribble some bait in toilet as I do, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next one, I guess. Thanks for watching. It's always a joy to catch up and show you the van and all the rest of it. So yeah, guys, take care, and I'll see you soon.